Hello there, this is RJB and I am back. Something happened last week. I got treated for something and it didn't go too well. The hospital treatment didn't go too well. So I've been on, well, right now I'm doing better. But for almost the entire week I've been on painkillers and I've been in a lot of pain in general. So I didn't really feel like casting or making videos. Or not lying in bed for the entire week. So that's why I didn't make a video, but I feel a little bit better now, so I thought like, you know what, it's time to make a video. And today we're looking at Leebokgu taking on GangNamLife in the very first match of a loser is eliminated. And Leebokgu here on the name 1588 Savage against GangNamLife, who is probably currently one of the very best, fastest players in Korea. One of the best. Well, most definitely within the top 10. Most definitely, you could even argue, within the top 6. So, it all depends on what kind of playstyle you like more, but this guy has everything you're looking for in a player. Same with Leebokgu though. Leebokgu also has everything you're looking for in a player, but sometimes he falls just a little bit short of the other very big names like HamburgerSasu, Brain, Minchul, Shin, and even Luckyback. Or, in this case, GangNamLife. But Leebokgu is able to shine brightly. He's able to leave his mark and take over a game if he's given the opportunity to do so. He's a very solid player, very solid indeed. And he's right next to GangNamLife, but he goes the wrong direction. He is not going to find him, which means that that very first Marine might not arrive on time here on the scene to stop the cannons from warping in. But the probe there has been found. He's going to micro his Marine a little bit to damage the probe, trying to take it down, but instead of going for the scout here to the side, he is going back into his own base to kill that probe. So the cannoneer in the front is going to come up, and the cannoneer in the front is not going to be found until it might be too late. And he turns around the Marine, so GangNamLife having a little bit of luck here, because Leebokgu with that 8 barracks before the supply depot has his Marines out very early, but not early enough, because that cannon in the front is going to finish. GangNamLife's even building a second cannon just to be sure that there's 2 obstacles to kill for Leebokgu. And the probe there somehow still alive. They're back home, back in the base. So he didn't lose the probe either, although it might go down to this maybe. Nope, it is going to stay alive. He's going to walk it all the way around, send it away, and keep that probe out somewhere on the map, which might prove to be a problem for Leebokgu further into the match. Now Leebokgu knows that GangNamLife is right next to him, and Leebokgu's got to be feeling a little bit anxious because he knows that GangNamLife is a very, very exceptionally strong shuttle player. Exceptionally strong. This guy has amazing setups for attacks as a Protoss. Really amazing setups. Still walking around there back in the base, he sees 2 command centers being added on, and that's going to cue him in on what Leebokgu is planning to do, and that is getting a very big economy on a very small amount of units to defend himself with. And GangNamLife is the kind of player who knows how to capitalize exactly on that. Got a robot there coming up in the front. The build order still looks rather standard. The standard double Reaver build order. Citadel of Doom there on the way in the back as well. And then we're going to see Robotics number 2 there in the front. Only 2 Zealots. The Marine count for Leebokgu is a little bit low. But he's really putting all of his bets on getting a bigger economy. And hopefully surviving the early game, and then all of a sudden, at around 12 or 13 minutes, being maxed out and able to counterattack. This build order has a lot of payoff and return after the 11 to 12 minute mark, when all the puzzle pieces fall into place, and he'll be richer and have faster production than the Protoss for a very small amount of time. Usually, the Terrans then go for the counterattack around 12 minutes in. Maybe that is what Leebokgu is aiming for, but is GangNamLife going to give him the opportunity to do it? Cannon number 3 there in the front, he's being very conservative with his cannons, but also because he knows that Leebokgu doesn't have a lot of Marines or medics or any of that kind out. because he was on 2 barracks for so long. Scouts the front there to confirm the amount of Marines, to get a better idea of what to do. Adds another gateway there inside the choke point to make it harder to take down the cannons. The first Reaver is on the way, Shuttle is almost finished, Shuttle speed is on the way as well, and so are Zealot speed lags. Only on a single gateway there in the back though, 2 more gateways being added on in the front. Scan comes out from Leebokgu to check up on the front to see whether something is already finished. He sees the shuttle, so he knows that both Reavers are now on the way, and I think he saw the gateways there on the side as well, which should of course indicate that GangNamLife is probably going for a pretty heavy gateway unit slash shuttle playstyle, which is kind of his trademark to begin with. He invented the build order. It is his build order. GangNamLife is the person who came up with the double Reaver shuttle in the Korean community. So turrets coming up there on the side, and as usual, not really fortifying the other side of his base here whatsoever. There's no fortification here on the side at all. That's a very Leebokgu-ish thing. He always goes for this side because this is the short side, doesn't go for the long side. But GangNamLife probably going to go in over the long side, although he's going to land there in the front first. Going to start shooting with his Reavers, but he's going to find that there's a tank there in the back, so he's going to have to pick up those Reavers very quick. Zealots are trying to do a little bit of teasing and harassment there, trying to tank the tank shots. Ooh, the Reaver! Ooh, whoa, he oh, that was beautifully microed from both players, honestly. Really well played from both players. Leebokgu loses almost his entire army. As a bunker with about 4 Marines, 3 Marines there outside the bunker, and the tank left. A couple Zealots are ready to keep up the pressure. Gonna take down the tank. GangNamLife playing is very, very smart. He knows that there's a very small amount of units there, and he even micros them to the side while he's preparing another drop there back at home. GangNamLife is on point, he's on fire, he's trying to buy as much time, trying to keep Leebokgu as busy as he can, and also trying to get as much information as he can to find out where to fly into the base with his next drop. And instead of having the next drop, he's going for more Zealots to the front door, gonna try to keep that front door wide open and try to keep killing units, but he sees that there's a lot of Marines coming out from the backside and a tank there as well, so the Zealots are pulled back, not wasted, and the Zealot there on the side is also still alive, so he knows that there's a wide open hole for Shuttle to fly through here on the bottom corner of Leebokgu's base. A lot happened there in a very short amount of time, but the action is not gonna stop. Trademark GangNamLife playstyle with Protoss. The action never stops. Comes in there with double shuttle. Marines are trying to intercept. Reavers are unloading. Reavers going to shoot the Marines. Reavers are getting absolutely blown apart. There's nothing left there in the top corner. There's a little bit in the front there. It's Reavers are running away, trying to stay alive. The Reaver shuttle micro there is on point from GangNamLife. Oh, the game just turned very, very sour for Leebokgu. Picks up Reaver number 2. Zealots are killing the turrets on the side. The attention to detail is amazing. Lands there just outside of tank range. Zombies can't get onto the minerals. Tanks getting blown apart by the Zealots and their own tanks. Reavers are still there on the side, going to try to kill as much as he can. He's forsaking the Reavers as he knows that there's too many Marines to pick them back up inside the shuttle and fly them to safety. He's just going to try to kill as much as he can. But that was a brutal exchange. But Leebokgu somehow stays alive, but does lose a lot of units. But another drop there already coming in from the left side. He's trying to fly around. He doesn't want the shuttles to get sniped by the Marines, but the Marines are relocating in record time. Temples are alone. Temples are storming. Temples are too far away from the SCVs, but he storms all the Marines to death, and Zealots are there as well on the scene. With more Templars inside the shuttle, he's going to try to get more storm down on the SCVs. He's storming. He's unloading. The SCVs are running away with one more storm. There's one more storm. He storms again, and he kills almost everything. Goes down from 55 to about 14. What an absolutely brutal Protoss against Terran playstyle here from GangNamLife. This is insanely well played. I am not often this impressed. This is such great control and coordination from GangNamLife, and he's even spending his minerals so extremely well. Although he's currently supply blocked, so maybe he wasn't spending them that well, but his minerals are low. He's spending like a madman. This guy is going really hard. Leebokgu is not shown any mercy, not given any room to breathe. On the shuttle there, coming in from the bottom side, 1-2 from the top side. Where does Leebokgu go? Along on the bottom side, there's a Reaver and 2 Zealots. The top one was a distraction, trying to open a path. He's trying to draw those Marines away from the top side. The attention to detail. This is really smart play. Where do the Marines go? Reaver down the bottom side is a problem. Zealots are there as well. Now he comes from the top side as Leebokgu is focusing on the bottom side. This is really well played. Templar gets sniped. Templar and 2 gets sniped as well. Oh, Leebokgu with the Templar snipes. Target firing down the Templars, but its Zealots are getting on top of the SUVs. Tanks are unsieging though. So the SUVs luckily don't go down to friendly tank fire. But oh boy, GangNamLife, you are leaving me speechless. Flies around with the shuttles this time around. There's not much defense left for Leebokgu. The sides have been completely torn apart aside from that one single shuttle. This side is going to try to rebuild. The front is very weak. There's, I believe, 4 Marines inside the bunker and 2 standing outside. It's got about 20 Marines there back at home. They're back near the command center, and about 6 tanks indeed. But there's nothing here on the top corner to defend. The tanks are all located and situated here on the left side, and he's coming from the right side. Shuttles coming in, he sees it, he's gonna have to run those SUVs to safety, and yes, they are running indeed. 1 Templar, 2 Templar, both Templars get taken down. There's about 6, there's a Reaver inside as well, but the Reaver gets taken down within the blink of an eye before it can even unload its Scarab onto those poor SUVs. Leebokgu there hanging on. Oh, there's so... he made way too many shuttles. This is not intended. This was not intended, this is an accident. He just made way too many shuttles. He's got 9 shuttles there, 7 shuttles here, 15 shuttles. Alright, he comes in. He's gonna blow, he's gonna go. There's a lot of units in there, he's unloading everything that he can. Zealots, Templars, Templar gets sniped once again, the Templars get sniped once again. Leebokgu with a very crisp, fast Templar sniping. It's risky, it's very risky. But he keeps his SUVs on the minerals, and it works. God damn, it works. But another drop, they're already coming in after that huge mass drop from the last time. Zealots all got cleared out, but this time around he's getting closer too. He's getting stormed once again. The Templar decides, but this is the second Templar. The Templar takes down the SUVs, and Leebokgu dies. He is taken. He is shredded, torn apart. And GangNamLife becomes the victor of game number 1. Which means GangNamLife is gonna stay in the game to fight another fight. Leebokgu though is relegated to the bench, where he's gonna stay for a little while until he maybe is allowed back in to play. So who's next? Alright. This is gonna be a great one as well. This is gonna be a great one as well, as we have 2 absolute favorites going up against each other. It is GangNamLife from the previous match against the one and only, the legendary, the real HamburgerSasu. Alright then. Alrighty then. Top corner on the right side of the map. GangNamLife against HamburgerSasu on the Terran on the other side of the map. On the olive green. Now, HamburgerSasu is an explosive, crazy Terran player. He is a crazy player all around. He's got mechanics, he's got the speed, he's got the precision, he's got the brains. He's got the awareness. But one thing he doesn't have at times is self-restraint. Sometimes he just tries to go a little bit too hard, even though he should know that he can't do it. But he wants to go, he wants to show that he is an absolute madman, and so sometimes he goes for really crazy, absolutely bonkers movements and actions and attacks that he maybe shouldn't. GangNamLife is the opposite though. GangNamLife is always precise, smart, well thought out, and accurate. This guy does everything exactly by the book, but a little bit smarter. Will that be enough to beat HamburgerSasu, who started off with 1 command center there in the back into triple barracks, whereas GangNamLife starts off with Nexus, Forge, Gateway, Choke. My favorite corner spawn build order, and should be the exact same build order that GangNamLife did last game. He finds his opponent there, and he's going to find out that HamburgerSasu took the liberty and the gamble of going for command center first, So that means no units out yet, but he's gonna have a big economy, and that big economy is gonna help him. I believe like after 6 or 7 minutes he's gonna be pretty rich, and he's gonna have a lot of units. He's gonna be able to get everything he wants and needs pretty damn quick. Probe there trying to do some harassment, but a probe there not gonna get anything achieved, except, you know, be a minor annoyance. Which is, you know, still rather annoying, but it doesn't really do much. Academy there on the way. Academy there on the way, gas is finished, and we're gonna be seeing a factory soon as well. Maybe he's gonna go for Stim range medic first. It's all possible, I've seen players do it, but I think factory is on the menu. He finds GangNamLife's choke, where cannon number 2 is being warped in. Cybercore there finishing up right exactly as we tune in. It's gonna take a while. Robotics there in the front on the way, which means his Citadel should be thrown down in the back there. Whereas with HamburgerSasu, we've got the factory indeed on the way. I predicted correctly. Marines there moving across the map to stop that Zealot from getting and scouting the base of HamburgerSasu. It's going to keep those Marines there in the front, just to make sure, just to be aware, just to know if something's coming, and so he can respond to it. Cannon number 3 there also being thrown down. And we've got robotics number 2. This is the exact same build order, but as we've seen last game, it's completely fine to go for the exact same build order because GangNamLife is a monster on this build order. As we saw last game, he absolutely tore Leebokgu to pieces, even though Leebokgu played very, 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 very well. It wasn't enough. So the Marines slowly dribbling and trickling from the base to the pathway here in front of GangNamLife's choke. And I'm gonna take a drink as HamburgerSasu throws down 2 starports for raids or maybe dropships. Who knows? I think it's raids though. Raids are amazing to defend with. He's also gonna start building a choke. No, not a, yes, it is a choke. Great timing there, right before 5 minutes. Marines also pulling back home. Doesn't want to lose them. Zealot's there in the front. More gateways being added on. Shuttle speed is on the way. Zealot speed also on the way. Gateways being added on, as I said before. And Double Reaver is also on the way, and Zealots are moving out. And they don't find Marines there in the front. They've already returned back home. HamburgerSasu is preparing himself for the defense, and he's throwing down some scans as well. Sees the front there, sees that there's gateways being warped in there on the top right of the scan, and he sees that there's a shuttle out. He didn't see the Reaver spawn, but both Reavers have spawned, which means that GangNamLife is ready to attack. Right as his Zealot speed finishes up, he's gonna go for the attack, but HamburgerSasu looks pretty damn well prepared as his siege mode finishes up exactly on time. This is a very fast football attack. Usually I say about 6:15, but this is 5:50, 5:52. He's already here to strike. Tank there. Tank gets taken down. The Reaver goes down. Now the raid's coming in to save the day. He killed the shuttle and the remaining Reaver as well. Or did both Reavers go down? Ooh, yeah, raid timing is exact. The timing from HamburgerSasu is superb and perfect. Absolute perfect timing. The raids finish and the raids come in to kill the shuttle. So even in the case where GangNamLife got more damage done to HamburgerSasu, those raids would have still saved the day. Really, really well played, well timed. Shuttle's leaving, going over the bottom side of the map. I don't think Hamburger Man saw them, but he's got more raids on the way. He's putting them on the bottom side to extend vision over the hills, past the hills, and into those side bases. So these shuttles shouldn't be much of a problem. He'll have more raids and more Marines ready to intercept. You can see them coming from a mile away. Dragoons are coming in. Oh, I kind of like this. Adding a lot of cannons are in the back, a lot of gas are in the back as well. Storms are on the way, and Singularity Charge is also almost finished up. Dragoons are... he knows the raids are gonna be going for side control, so he's putting raids up on the map to open the pathway and to scare those raids away. GangNamLife methodically already knows what's going to happen. He saw the raids and he knew what he had to do. As I said before, smart player, but HamburgerSasu responds very quickly, keeps those raids out of harm's way, but now he knows that the shuttle is probably coming in over the bottom side. Although HamburgerSasu is currently not yet seeing the shuttles because GangNamLife is keeping them far away for now. He's keeping them pretty far away, but he's giving HamburgerSasu a lot of time to prepare a great defense. Now on triple command center, on 23 supply, yeah, he's getting rich, and he's getting rich quick. Turrets, bunkers, tanks, marines, raids, upgrades also on the way. This is looking great. And he's getting Wraith Cloak as well, because he doesn't want to deal with those dragoons killing his raids on the sides. GangNamLife is mostly focused on spending his money very quickly and getting big and strong even quicker. He's got more forges on the way, he's got observers on the way because he knows Cloak is probably an option there for HamburgerSasu. He's trying to prepare a really big draw, but he's doing it on only triple shuttle, so there's not a lot of triple robotics. It's not very quick. He does have a lot of Stargates there prepared to build. Corsairs of course there to kill the raids. Tanks are already up on the hill. Oh, smart move, killing the dragoons so that they are no longer effective. This dragoon pulled away just in time. Engineering base there also now on the sides to extend vision. Raids are ready and prepared to snipe some shuttles out of the air. More raids are on the way, more tanks being put up on the hills. Ooh, HamburgerSasu is playing very controlled and smart. He's not leaving a single opening for GangNamLife, who in the previous game managed to abuse every single opening that Leebokgu gave him. Corsairs coming in, Corsairs rule, yes, smart move. Corsairs killing the engineering base, there are raids coming in to take down the Corsairs because they have Cloak. Where is the observer? Did you forget it? Oh, the observers are lagging behind. Now he's turning around, now he's running away, but the raids are ready to go. Raids are ready to go, but the raids there spotted out something that they didn't want to deal with. Shuttles are prepared as well. Where is he going to go? He's going to go for a frontal attack? Or a combined attack, frontal and from the side. Frontal attack would be pretty strong here because every single unit that HamburgerSasu has is on the back side of his base and on the sides, goes in from the front, gonna unload there behind the bunker line. There's a lot of units there, Corsairs there as well, he's got observers there too. Temples there ready to storm, takes down the observer, takes down the shuttle. There's one more observer, there's no more observers. He lost the observers, but he's still going in. There's some pretty big mass attack there, breaking through the front door. Storms on the raids dodging the storms. Temples are getting taken down. Zealots are trying to barge in deeper, but the tanks on the hill on the sides are really making this a difficult fight for him. He's trying to get on top of the Marines, but loses all of his zealots really quick. It was a really well thought out attack, but HamburgerSasu had everything prepared precisely as it should have been prepared. He defended that one rather easily. Although it did take some very exquisite and precise control, he managed to do it pretty easily. So now GangNamLife goes back to the drawing board, although it looks like he's going to try to go for a repeat. Rinse and repeat. Gonna do the exact same thing one more time and see if it works, if he repeats it. So, this is a lot of raids here. A lot of raids. No Valkyries out yet. The raids are more mobile and easier to micro than the Valkyries. Valkyries kind of stop flying when you attack unless you micro them, but the micro with Valkyries is not very consistent. Corsairs there on the side. Cannons being built on the middle. GangNamLife preparing himself for the long game, but I must admit that the trademark playstyle of non-stop pressure from GangNamLife has been a little bit absent this game. He's given HamburgerSasu a little bit too much room to breathe. He's maybe overestimated HamburgerSasu's early defensive ability, or maybe he read it exactly right and he's doing the exact right thing. Maybe HamburgerSasu's defensive ability with Terran is just that damn good. He's on the bottom side. He's on the bottom side there. He's going to try to go over the bottom side. There's a little bit of extended vision there as well. There's a lot of tanks. He's pretty much maxed out. 12 minutes in, and he's maxed out. So both players are maxed out, and now is the moment where HamburgerSasu becomes a very scary individual. But the shuttles are coming in, Raids are there to intercept the shuttles, gets one, but the shuttles are going to unload there on top of the command center. Going to try to chase, he's going to go for the command center itself. Command center gets on top of the other command center to make it harder to click on it, but GangNamLife was already on top of it, but he's repairing it. The Zealots are going to take it down a little bit too quick to really do any real big massive damage, and that's a lot of supply gone, but looks like a lot of SCVs died there for HamburgerSasu as well. He went down from max supply down to about 150. His SCV count has gone down from about 80 to 47. So yeah, he did get hit pretty damn hard. Lost a lot of SCVs on the gas as well, so that drop still achieved something, but HamburgerSasu doesn't care. He's unsieging his tanks, and he's rolling out into the middle of the map. He's ready to go for the attack before GangNamLife can prepare himself adequately enough. Because, well, he has to remax. He has to remax, and at the moment, GangNamLife has more army. HamburgerSasu has more army than GangNamLife. So he's pushing into the middle. GangNamLife is responding as fast as he can because he really has to. His army is small and might not be adequately equipped or upgraded to deal with this. He's on 1-1-1 upgrades against 1-1 upgrades from HamburgerSasu. Gets pulled into the fight. Oh, the arc of the Marines and the tanks there destroys and decimates those gateway units. He's trying to build a gateway proxy base there on the bottom, below his own base, but that might not be quick enough. It might be too late. We go. This is looking scary. He's got so many Stargates there. Starports. Wait, they're what are they called against? Stargates. Stargate. Yeah, Stargate, not Starport. Stargate. Okay. This is a really massive army. Get some Templars there up on the high ground to get some storm down on the tanks, but the tanks, they don't really die to a single storm, so yeah, that didn't really achieve too much, and this is just a really big counterattack. GangNamLife wasn't ready for this yet, and we're only 14 minutes in, but this is exactly what I was talking about in the previous game with Leebokgu. The Terran just has a really big counter potential once they max out at about 12 minutes, and they can push, and they can push hard. And usually the Protoss isn't prepared for it because they've been on the attack, on the assault the entire time, losing units. But he's defending pretty well. The Storms killed a lot of units, and the Dark Templar there by itself also, it's dead. It's dead and gone. But did achieve some kills, but yeah, he's still pushing on. He's still pushing on with a tank production, factory production, non-stop, coming in, rolling across the map. Zealots, they're rally there to the front point, so the moment they spawn, they get taken down. There's not much gateways there. There's a couple of gateways here, but not really anything to, write home about. This game is over. This game is over. HamburgerSasu made it look easy. It isn't easy. It definitely isn't easy, as we saw with Leebokgu last game around, where Leebokgu got destroyed and torn apart. But HamburgerSasu here manages to do it and make it look simple. Made it look simple, but the amount of skill this takes is tremendous. He's here in the base, setting up shop. Gateways are being taken down. Carriers are on the way, but the carriers are going to get taken down. Wait, no, he's building scouts? He's building scouts because he doesn't have any... Yeah, he knows it's over. He doesn't call GG, but he leaves the game. And HamburgerSasu is our champion of game number 2. And really well played. And that was part number 1 of this The Loser is Out series with a lot of very big fastest map 1 versus 1 names. GangNamLife wins 1, HamburgerSasu wins 1, and HamburgerSasu will be our first contender in the next video. Thank you for watching. This was RJB for RJB TV. Hope you had a good time, and hope you come back for the second episode. Have a good day. Have a good time. Love you all.